It says I'm live. Am I live? Let's go YouTube. I must be live because I just heard that bloop noise. Let's bring my cameras up. Hi. Okay. All right. Sorry, TikTok. Poor TikTok. They've just been sitting there listening to me talk to other people the whole time. YouTube is frozen. We can't hear you on YouTube. Thanks for the star crown pattern. You're welcome. All right. We're starting over. I was talking about these. Yay, it works. You know, I was just trying to do something where I have I did it yesterday. I had my ladies in the Zoom call so they could talk to each other, but I just didn't have the sound settings right. So I'll have to work on that. But anyways, I'm back. I was like early too. Anyways, I was talking about these Pouffe. Shannon Roop says I freaking love those. They're really soft. Feel like a baby bunny. So what do you all think that I should make from these poofies? I didn't ask for them. Nobody said they were coming. They just showed up. They were in the box. And I was like, wow, that's cool. I got to do something with these. But I think they're very fun. They're really pretty, aren't they? They're really nice and soft. Okay, I'll set those aside. And then let's get started on the star blanket. And TikTok, I'll go ahead and put you up overhead. Whoops. A cowl hooded thing. They're pretty amateur. Oh, you're spinning? I used to spin. But I didn't really get into it that much. So that is not what I'm using anymore. I'm using this. Cumulus Degrade. Parisian beanie. There's a name for those, but I forget what they're called. You're welcome. Hey, Amanda. Welcome. Hi, Jillian. Oh, with a drop spindle? That's a good way to learn. Hey, Jennifer. Good to see you. Okay, so this says to start with a 4, or it's a 4 weight, and it says 5 to 6, 5.5 to 6.5 hooks. So that would be a J and a K. So that's what I have ready to go. I have a J and a K. And you know, when you do the star blanket, it's not quite 360 degrees around. And so you have to have very loose tension or it'll curl. And then if you experience any curling, you just bump up in the setup rounds. Okay. So we'll try this, see how I do. When I'm using Stitch Balm, let me put this on my thumb so I can balm up my finger. Scented Stitches Stitch Balm. I'm using their Balance scent, which is new. I'll put another. I've I've never worked with this yarn before. It's new to me, so put it like that. 6-day star blanket. So this isn't going to be a tutorial, okay, because you have a good tutorial, but feel free to ask questions. But I'm not going to go slow. I'm going to try and get it done as fast as I can. Chain 4 and slip stitch into the first chain. And I don't recommend magic loop, okay, for the beginning of your blanket. That is going to come undone. Chain 3 and then 13 double crochet. You all tell me about your blankets that you're starting and making. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So you chain 3 and you crochet 13, and that counts as 14 stitches. Amy Bryson's working on a star poncho. Jillian says I've got my Christmas one. Just got to plan in a little bit more. Chain 3, double crochet in the same stitch, 2 double crochet in each stitch around. Oops, I missed the first one. Shannon says, I started in my Noro. It's such an interesting yarn. It's like an army olive green with these lavender specks right now. Isn't it so cool? It's like a journey. It is that yarn. It just takes you on a journey. This is really nice to work with. I can already tell I'm going to have to go up to the next hook. Hi, Brienne. I'm doing well. How are you, my dear? Amanda, I am working on the original star and the super star at the same time. I just can't work on one project at a time. Well, I was going to tell you all that I think for this month, Star Blanket, I might not start all of the blankets on live. I might go ahead and get them started because they all start with the same first 8 rounds. Okay, so you don't need to see me do those same 8 rounds. I did them last night when I did the hat. I'm doing them again tonight, you know, with this one. So I might start the Superstar and the Supernova and get those first 8 rounds done before I start the live. And then that way I can show you the the rest. Okay, this little thing right here is not a stitch. It is a slip stitch. So now we're gonna join with a slip stitch to the top of the chain. And this is, you all know I don't like to count, but this is a good time to count. And I only have 27, so I missed one somewhere. Two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 12, 13, 14. 28. Nope. I got it. Set up round 3. Chain 3. Double crochet in the next stitch. Not the same stitch this time. We did the same last time. Now we're in the next stitch. And then chain 3. Double crochet in the next 2. Chain 1. Double crochet in the next 2. Chain 3. Double crochet in the next 2. Chain 1. Double crochet in the next 2. Chain 3. Double crochet in the next 2. Chain 1. Double crochet in the next 2. One, 2, 3. 2 double crochet. Chain 1. And then join with a slip stitch. I have so many projects going too. Who needs one project when you can do 12? Yep. All right. I'm trying to get into the top of this chain here. Wayfaring Star, how you doing? I'm crocheting an ombre purple to light blue and black striped Supernova with ridges. Nice. I got to get that pattern written up. Okay. I have to move this ball of Juniper Moon Farms. I'm sorry. It's in the way. Put it over there. Okay, there you go. Now you should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 chain 3 spaces and 7 chain 1 spaces. You're excited to do a crochet along. I'm excited too. I don't know if you guys can tell. I'm just like on cloud 9. I am really having fun. I had a little bit of a crazy day, but I am like just my energy's up. You feel the happy buzz. Yeah. Okay, so you slip stitch into the double crochet, slip stitch into the space. And we're just getting over there to do the next thing. Chain 3, 2 double crochet. I'm doing the, yeah, because there was no sound. I'm doing the star. And I'm doing the Superstar with the pink pinwheel. And I'm doing the Supernova with the Noro Tsubami. That's what I'm doing. So this one's the star. But the star, the Superstar, and the Supernova all start with the same 8 setup rounds. Okay? So they all start the same way, whichever one you're doing. So that's why I was saying when I come on here to do the Superstar, I'm going to do the first 8 rounds off camera so I can just go right to the next thing. But this one is the most repetitive. It has those 8 rounds and then it's just repeating the same 6 rounds after that. The Superstar is also really repetitive. It's like 11 or 12 setup rounds. I forget how many. But after you complete the setup rounds, it's just repetitive after that. And the Supernova, it's not difficult. It just isn't repetitive. It has like the setup rounds, and then it has the repeating rounds, and then it has a couple more like setup kind of rounds that you only do like one time, and then you go back to repeating rounds, but they're a little different. What is a 6-day great granddaddy? A 6-day great granddaddy is a granny rectangle blanket, and it is made with the 6-day crochet stitches. I can't believe how fast it works. I had to order more yarn, so it's on its way. I think it's getting here tomorrow. Nice. Yeah, they work up really fast. That's why it's called 6-day, because they work up really fast. Okay, so this round you're doing 3, 3, 3 in the chain 3 spaces and double crochet 3 together in the chain 1 spaces. So I can already see that this yarn is like one of those colors that's hard for the camera to like focus in on. So it's going to just look a little weird. 3, 3, 3 in every chain 3 space and double crochet 3 together in every chain 1 space. I'm resisting the urge to talk about fall and to say that these are fall colors. It's like a rusty, it's like a rust orange. It's the name of the color is Senna Sandcastle. Senna Sandcastle. It's Juniper Moon Farms. Autumn is on the horizon, but I'm enjoying the last days of summer. I love summer. I just hate it when it gets cut short. It's coming through to me like a burnt umber rust with a beautiful sheen. Do my eyes deceive me? Not at all. It's very pretty. I just think it's going to look out of focus on the video. Didn't I say it was going to go up to the next hook size and I never did? And it's turning out fine. We'll see. It's usually the next round where I get the curling. And I have to switch on the one after that. Can you show the yarn you are using one more time? Sure. You're welcome. Oh, you can't see it there because y'all are here. It's not going to be in focus. All right. All right, all right, all right, all right. Let's get back to crocheting. Slip stitch into the top of the chain 3. Hi, Kathy. Maybe at the end I could open the Zoom call back up and figure out the settings because I know I can do it because I did it last night. But you all said you couldn't hear yourselves with me talking. But what if I just mute myself? And you want to be able to hear me. Hi, Dee. A star is born. Okay, this is the weirdest part where you have to go backwards a little bit into that space so that you're working out of the space. Just do a slip stitch. I know it looks a little funky, but we're going to cover it up. Chain 3. Is it chain 3 or chain 2? And then double crochet 2 together into that same space. And you're just going a little bit backwards. Look, stop freaking out when you have to go backwards a little bit. It's fine. Okay, and now each point is going to get, and you should have 7 of them, by the way, is going to get a 3 3 3, and each of the other spaces is going to get double crochet 3 together. Okay, that's what it's going to be. And I'm gonna crank it up. I was also wondering if you could walk through rows 9 and 10. For some reason I can never get row 10. Well, I'm not really doing a tutorial on here. I do a good walkthrough on my YouTube where I go real slow and I talk you through everything. So this is more of a crochet along than a walkthrough. So I will, but I'm not going to go super slow. But it is on the YouTube channel. No problem. And if you get stuck, if you're doing it again and again and you're stuck and you don't know what you're doing, post a photo in one of the Facebook groups, or if you're not on Facebook, do a TikTok and show me and tag me in it. Yeah, there is a playlist. I mean, the first 2 videos are the best ones. And then after that, you really don't need any more videos because it repeats. I'm glad you all find it helpful. I'm trying to be a little more organized on my channel. Make it nice for you guys. Easy to find what you need. Oh, this yarn's nice. It's really soft. I don't usually like cotton. I just don't like that, dishcloth feel, but this does not feel like a dishcloth at all. It feels like really yummy, soft, squishy, cloud-like cotton. I can see why they call it Cumulus. Thank you for sharing the live. Also, there is no round 10. There's setup rounds 1 through 9, and then there's round 2. There is no round 10. So when you all are reaching out to me to ask me questions, and you say, I don't understand round 12, you don't even say what pattern you're doing, or what. You're using the wrong, or you're saying round 3, and you're not saying setup round, or, you're saying round, but you mean setup round. And then I don't know what the heck you're even asking me. This is usually the round that I get the curling on. Laundry's done. Okay, at the end, you just have one double crochet 3 together left, one space. Hi, hooks, whips, and chains. Thank you very much. And then you slip stitch into the top of the double crochet 3 together. Don't go into the chain, go into the double crochet 3 together. Some of you are chaining 3 and doing the double crochet cluster instead of 2. And it's chain 2. So I have a little bit of curling. I actually think it's fine. I might regret it, but I don't want to go up any higher. What round am I on? That was setup 5. So now I'm on setup round 6. Okay, so I'm going to chain 1, single crochet into the same stitch, and now I'm going to mark it. And it's also helpful to mark your last come on, I just need one stitch marker. There's like 800 in here. I'm gonna mark this last double crochet 3 together, okay? Because this and this are not stitches that you want to work into, okay? That's a chain, a slip stitch, and a chain. I'm doing the star. This is the 6-day star, and the 6-day star, superstar, and supernova all start with the same 8 setup rounds. So if you're still with me on round 6, you could still pivot and do a superstar or a supernova, or just stick with the star. The first 8 rounds are the same for all 3 and the hat. Single crochet in each stitch, 3 single crochet in each chain 3 space, and then you're going to have 8 single crochet between the peaks. So 8 in each of the double crochet 3 together gets 1, and each of the double crochet gets 1. Some people like to go between the stitches, but if you're just learning how to do this pattern, don't do that yet until you really get it, because that will just throw you off. Just go stitch for stitch. Each stitch gets a stitch. Okay, so when I get to this last marked cluster here, gonna make my single crochet. And then see that? I have a slip stitch and a chain. I don't want to work into either one of those or slip stitch into either one of those. I want to slip stitch into the first single crochet. This is where a lot of people get thrown off. Okay, you have to slip stitch into the first single crochet of the round, not the chain, not the slip stitch. Wanting to make a star blanket, what size hook would I use for a worsted weight yarn? Well, I would follow the directions in the pattern, start with the recommended hook, the one that's recommended on the yarn label, and have one a half a millimeter larger and one a full millimeter larger. So usually I go at least a half a millimeter to a full millimeter larger than what's recommended on the label, the yarn label. Hey, Angry Dragon, thank you so much for the hi bears. Thank you. It's so sweet of you. Thanks. I appreciate it. You guys are so cute. You're always hyping me up. You're welcome. I'm doing great. I'm just feeling really excited about Star Blanket September. Oh, oh my gosh. You're very sweet. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Hey, Bean, what's up? Okay, here's another thing that throws people off. At the beginning of this round, you have to slip stitch. And because they slip stitched at the end of the last round, they think, oh, I already did that. I don't have to do it again, but you have to do it again. There's a slip stitch to join the end of the round, and then there's another slip stitch to shift over one stitch at the beginning of setup round. Which one is this? 7? Yes. So chain 3, double crochet in the next 3 stitches. So people overthink this too. Well, is the chain 3 count as a double crochet, or does it's chain 3, double crochet in the next 3? First you chain 3, and then you double crochet in the next 3. Don't do any math. Don't get yourself all worked up. It is 4, but it's chain 3 and then double crochet in the next 3. I tell you exactly what to do. Quit overthinking. Y'all are killing me with that. Okay, and then 5 double crochet in the peak. Okay, and then 4 down. So it's going to be 4 double crochet on each side of the peak, 5 double crochet in the peak, skip 2 in the valley. Now when you skip 2, it looks like it's leaning to the right a little bit because it sort of is. Because that's how crochet is constructed. So it seems like you should be skipping these 2, but you're skipping these 2. So when you come down, your last double crochet always lines up in between the second and third double crochet of this cluster down here. So if you counted 4 and you didn't land here, go back and figure out what you did. Don't keep going and hope for the best. Hey, Sabrosa's Kitchen says, this is the first time on your channel, and I'm working on a shawl. Cool. I thought I'd join in and start a 16 point. Completed the setup rounds last night. Nice. Go for it. So in my membership community, I have other versions of the stars, and I have they have even numbered points. So the regular 6-day star blanket has 7 points, and then I have an 8-pointed star, and the regular superstar has 14 points, which is actually an even number. And then I have a 16 point superstar in the membership. And let me tell you, that 16 point superstar is beautiful. It is McGorgeous. Dee says she's working on an 8 point. So some things when you join the McKnitiverse, I don't remember when you get the 8 point and the 16 point, but it's not right away. It's like the third or fourth month or something like that. It drips out. It's like a course and it drips out. So you have to be there for a couple months before you get it, or you pay for the annual and then it still drips out, but I'll just like send it to you. If you have an annual membership and you're like, hey, I really want this, but it has an 16 point would probably be really cool with an ombre. Yes, it is. Amanda says, second one and love it. Your star blanket is like potato chips. You can't have just one. It's very true. It's the truth. That's why I say no one can make just one. In your other tutorials, does it give step-by-step instructions? I just finished round 5 and behind, so I didn't hear things you were describing. Yeah, I'm not really doing like tutorial in this. I'm doing more crochet along style, or I'm just kind of talking as I'm going. But yes, I do have for the star blanket two tutorial videos that are very thorough. They go very slow. They explain everything. I think they're really good. So rounds 1 through 8, star, superstar, supernova. And then hopefully this month I'm going to get around to doing a superstar video for you all that's that will follow the rounds 1 through 8 video and explain the repeat rounds for the superstar. And that's all you're going to need. You're just going to need one more video for the superstar. Angry Dragon said those videos are amazing. It made it so easy for me to understand the first time. I'm really glad to hear that. You know, I always tell people, make sure you follow the pattern. Don't just do the video, you know, but so many people just don't listen to that. And a lot of my other tutorial videos are like this, where I'm not really going that slow. And I'm not really explaining everything. So yeah, but people were still trying to watch them as if they were, you know, the pattern. Okay, so you should have 5 double crochet. This is a lot of curling. I feel like I'm taking a lot of chances here with this. Normally I would have gone up. I would have gone up a size, but I didn't. So, you know, like I said, I might regret it. Don't be like me. Follow the instructions. I mean, I'm trying to do 3 blankets this month. 3! That's a lot. Okay, and you join to the top of the chain 3. Making my first star blanket with your tutorial. Love it. Awesome. I'm so excited to see everyone's blankets this year. Last year I didn't really know what I was doing. I was just like, oh, they're doing Stash Bust September. I'm going to bust up my stash with some star blankets. So now I'm not even doing Stash Bust this year. I'm doing like straight up star blankets with like brand new yarn. I should at least do one of them as a stash bust, but I'm not gonna. So how long normally would take you doing a blanket? 6 days. Most of them. I can crochet pretty fast. A baby blanket, maybe even faster. 6 days. How big is the blanket? The one on the bed behind me, which you can't see because I have the great granddaddy on it right now. Worsted weight, I mean, it depends on the yarn, right? Worsted weight yarn, I can do a 6-day star or superstar, like probably, I don't know, 50, 60 inches across in 6 days. This is the yarn that I'm using. Somebody's asking me, what yarn is it? Those are the specs. Okay, round 8, set up round 8. Slip stitch in the next stitch, chain 3. Okay, this round's the same. You just have 5. This is the round of 5s. 5 double crochet on each side. 5 in the peak. Five to go down. So, are you asking me how long I personally crochet each day, or are you asking how long you have to crochet each day to complete in 6 days? I mean, I guess the answer is the same. I crochet about 2 to 4 hours a day. I don't usually go much longer than that because I, I have a, in addition to being a crochet designer, I am a master somatic movement therapist and educator. And so I have some expertise in somatics. So I will pay attention to my body and not, just sit in one place and, work with my hands, work with my dexterity. And when I do, I take breaks, I take care of my hands. I have, like a whole routine that I use to take care of my hands and fingers and wrists and arms and shoulders and all of that. But I usually don't go for more than 4 hours a day. And I don't always, I don't crochet. Like a lot of my business, it's not like a maker, who has to make, and produce. It can be very hard for your body. It's true. A lot of what I do is like, working on the computer and, you know, doing businessy types of things. And I have found that, one of the hardest things on my hands is my computer. And the hardest things on my body is just sitting and not moving for long periods of time. So I try not to do that. I try to have a routine that with triggers, where I don't just say, well, I'm going to take breaks. I set triggers to remind myself to break. And I have, I have like a practice where I pay attention to my body. I have been studying and implementing somatic movement in my own body over the past few years, healing trauma in the body. That's cool. Yeah, I have uh I'm certified in core energetics and some other, healing modalities. I'm certified in Laban Barteniev movement system, which is a movement analysis. I set timers and I change location a lot to help me with my, yep, exactly. I have a ball that I sit on. Um, I have that H says, I'm planning on buying this pattern and making it for my, oh, that's so nice. She's going to make it for her grandma. I have one of those Volari pillows, and I do have an affiliate link for those. I haven't really plugged it much because I've been trying it, and I don't affiliate with things just for the heck of it. I will affiliate only with things that I feel good about, and especially with somatics, because we're talking about people's bodies. And so I'm not going to suggest people buy something and use something unless I think it's really beneficial. But I just decided today that my Volari pillow is a necessity, and I do really like it. Yes, making exercise for the hand help a lot for me to change positions. Yep. Have a playlist that changes BPM every often, which helps me check in with my body. That's cool. Yeah, I mean, one of the most basic and important somatic skills that we have is just to check in with our breathing. And this is how I got started doing somatics in my crochet life. Was I was at a I was at a conference, a crochet conference, and I was learning something new, and I could hear the lady next to me holding her breath. And she, she was stressing out over what she was learning, and I was like, huh, interesting. Like, she's holding her breath, and why is she so stressed about learning this? Why is it so important to her that she doesn't make a mistake? Like, what does it say about her personality? And but the not breathing and the holding her breath, like that just goes back to like dance. I used to be a dance instructor and a yoga instructor, and it just goes back to all of that. So one of the first things you can do if you want to learn to pay attention to your body more is just to pay attention to your breathing. Just notice if you're actually breathing. Oh, hi, I made my very first crochet blanket with your 6-day star blanket videos. She's called Betty McKnitt, and yet she's crocheting. Well, that's right. I think this whole, it's not knitting, it's crochet, it's not crochet, it's knitting. I think that's just dumb. We're doing stuff with yarn. I think it's just really kind of normal and expected that people would get confused that didn't know, what they were looking at. My husband loves it. Oh, great. Used to be a master violinist, so breathing to the music is natural. Yep. Yep. Yeah, I see I see a lot of, I think, unhealthy I love irony. It's actually, my real name is Beth McKee Elliott. So it's almost like it's very similar to my real name. Um so yeah, it's like a play on my real name. Um and I also knit. I used to knit more than I crochet. I started crocheting and then I switched over to knitting, and I was only knitting for a long time. And now I mostly crochet because my pattern went viral. And I started a business. I didn't used to have a business. Do you like knitting or crocheting better, and what do you feel is the hardest? I think crochet is easier. I think knitting is more difficult, categorically, not always. But I there are certain things I like to knit and certain things I like to crochet. Blankets, I will always crochet. I think I've knitted a couple of blankets, but I like knitting socks. I like knitting things in the round. I like knitting hats. I like, sometimes I just want to knit. You're trying to start a business, a crochet business? I have to shut some applications down because my hard drive is full. Won't let me record. I have too many things open. Let's see if that's better. I'm working on a knit blanket and it is taking forever. Crochet was so much. Yeah, crochet is just faster. Like when you need a gift for the baby shower or something, it's like, let me just crochet it. And for a long time, that was the only time I crocheted. I wasn't trying to be a crochet designer. I crocheted a blanket. I took a stitch pattern out of a book and I crocheted a blanket for my sister's first grandson. And that was the 6-day kid blanket. And I thought, oh, this is kind of cool. I should publish this on that new Ravelry thingy. And so I did that. I published it on that new Ravelry thingy. And while I was doing something else, paying attention to other things, it went viral like 3 times. And I was like, I'd like get emails for it. And I'd be like, who's making that kit blanket thing? And I didn't even know. So that's how it happened. So if I could make a business like that, then anybody can make a crochet business. Anyone. I would suggest getting into Pam Grace, the crochetpreneur, getting into one of her programs. She's my business coach. And oh my gosh, I'm doing so much. Like my business really took off after I joined her, but she will help get you started. Set up round 9, chain 1, single crochet in the same stitch and each stitch around. So we're going to do the markers again so that we don't end up working that slip stitch or the chain up that we just made. Okay, so do that for yourself because those 2 little things there aren't stitches and they can throw you off. And then we're going to single crochet all the way around, and then in the center stitch at the peak, which is the center of the 5. Okay, so then you do 4. I know. It seems like it should be 3, but it's not. It's 4. Trust me, it all works out. Pam Grace, the crochetpreneur. So she has some really affordable options, but I think if you know, if you really want to, if you really want the help and the support, I would join the Momentum. And then she also has something called the Crochet Professionals Network, which is like where you can sign up. It's like a business network. And there are other crochet professionals in there, like people who do tech editing and people who are BAs for crochet businesses. And there are networking calls and coaching, group coaching things with that organization as well. It's like a professional organization. And then the Momentum Crochet Business Academy used to be called Crochet Business Academy. I think it is still called Crochet Business Academy, but then there's like another tier of that, which is I think called Momentum. And then she has a mastermind, and that I'm part of that mastermind. Yeah, definitely. If you're trying to do a crochet business, get yourself a business coach. Don't just fly by the seat of your pants. You know, like you don't have to reinvent the wheel. We have a whole coaching program of people who have done all this stuff, and they can tell you what works and what doesn't work. And what I really love about our group too, like the group that I'm in, the mastermind, like I mean, you have to have a certain level of income to get into that, and you like it's not just open all the time. But what I love about it is everybody's business is different. We're not all doing everything the same way. And it's very supportive. It's very supportive. Oh my God, there are so many color changes in this Noro. It reminds me of the dreams I had under sedation. I love that. It's so beautiful, isn't it? I mean, I've used a lot of Noro yarns and they all make me feel that way, but that one in particular, number 44, it is just, I don't know, there's something about the combination of those colors that just, I don't know, it makes me so happy. I love all of these different blues. I love this like aqua blue. I love bright blues. I love denim. It reminds me of like my childhood or something. And it like it gives me mermaid and like under the sea kind of vibes, okay? Which I love. And then it gives me like forest fairies. It goes like from it's like mythical creatures. It goes from mermaids to like fairies. It's just it's a magical color combination. It really is. It's magical. All right, let me focus up again. Yeah, we were the coaching program. Yeah, we all work very differently, but it's not just that. We all like the focus of our business is different, each one of us. So it's not even like where you would say, here's the right way to do XYZ. Here's the right way to do your patterns. Because like there's like somebody like me that's like, I do 6-day everything. You know, I have my patterns are all, you know, I take the same stitch and I make it in a bunch of different things, and I have all these different versions of the same patterns because people really like this stitch combination, you know, and it works up quick and this and that. And it's so versatile and it goes with every yarn and it always looks amazing, you know, blah, blah, blah. And then there are some people who, you know, they do a different pattern every week. And this week it'll be a hat. Next week it'll be a scarf. And the week after that it'll be something else. And it's just like a variety. Their patterns are different. And then there are people that like specialize in just like one certain type of amigurumi. And that's what they do. And we're just all kind of celebrated for the ways that we're unique, and nobody's told like that's not really how we do things, you know, or that's not really the right way to do it, you know what I mean? Thank you for turning us all onto this yarn. I will share pics in the McKnitiverse. Mine would relate to a psychedelic walk in the garden. Some of them are bold and some are chill. Yes. Noro always has one like bright, bold, like kind of smack you in the face color in every skein. It always has a flash of something bright. Okay, so after my last stitch, which I know is that one because I marked it, I'm skipping over these two little boogers that look like they could be stitches, but that one's a slip stitch and that's a chain. And I'm going to slip stitch into the first stitch of the round, and that is the first setup rounds 1 through 9. There you go. So once you do your setup rounds, they're done. You never go back to them. Okay, they're done. Now if we were doing the Superstar, setup round 9 would be a little bit different. So when I do my Superstar, after I do this star, I'm going to probably start on setup round 9 because 1 through 8, you don't need to see me do that again. It took an hour, you know? Let me just save that hour and I'll go do that while I'm watching like Lord of the Rings or something. And then I'll come in on setup round 9 and I'll show y'all how to do that. Hi, Cindy. How are you today? It's Star Blanket September. I need a ditty. I need a jingle. I feel like this yarn has had a subtle change of tone. I love that. Hi, Mickey. Let me rep these little scissors too. And my I'm doing great. I am just feeling excited and energized about Star Blanket September. This is the new scented stitches. She said it's a holiday scent, so I think it's one of those I think it's one of those ones that like she's only going to have for some of the time. It's not going to be a permanent part of the collection. It's just going to be temporary, limited edition or whatever. So this is aromatherapy. You put it on your finger and it goes into the yarn, and then it puts aroma into the yarn. See that? Okay, let's go round 2. So now we're on the repeating rounds. Chain 2, double crochet 2 together in the same stitch. This is the difficult round because if your skips don't work out, you're going to get upset and frustrated. But if you did, you know, the thing there where you worked into the wrong stitches, you don't have the right stitch count around, or you did, you know, something extra, forgot to skip, and your counts aren't right, this row isn't going to work. And this is when people get upset, is when this round doesn't work. But you're in that same first single crochet of the last round is where this round starts, and you chain 2, double crochet 2 together. You don't chain 3, you chain 2, and then you mark the top of it. Okay, now we're going to skip 2. 1, 2, 3 double crochet in the next stitch. So that is 3 double crochet. Now double crochet 3 together and 3 double crochet in the next stitch are different things. I see some people trying to do 3 double crochet in the next stitch, and they're calling that double crochet 3 together, and then they end up, with their counts are off. So double crochet 3 together is a cluster. It's all in the same stitch. It is not a decrease. If it were a decrease, I would write decrease double crochet 3 together over the next 3 stitches. That is all I'm going to say about that. Skip 2, 3 double crochet in the next stitch. Skip 2, 3 double crochet, chain 3, 3 double crochet in the next stitch. So you should be in the third of those 4 stitches that we weirdly put 4 instead of 3 into that third of the 4th stitches in the peak. Amanda Countryman says, hello Betty, I'm making my first star blanket and loving it. Sending good vibes from Arlington. Watch. Oh, you're in Arlington. Say hey to my ex. He's in Alexandria. Amanda says, posted a pic of my star to the McKnitiverse. All right, I'll go check that when I'm done here. Skip 2, 3 double crochet in the next. Skip 2, double crochet 3 together, all in the same stitch. Okay, so this is what it's going to look like around. 1 cluster in the dip, 2 sets of 3 double crochet on each side, 3 through 3 in the peak. That's what it should look like all the way around, all right? I want to keep going real bad. Mickey Thomas says, can you mix the weight of yarns? I do not recommend it. I do not recommend it. Okay, you should use all the same weight. And I understand why you all want to make these like scrap balls of yarn where you tie them together with magic knots and you just, put them all together and keep going. But that is going to come undone. And what if you have one that's a little bit different weight than the others and they're not really working well together? I just don't think that's the best way to do your scraps. It looks fun. I understand why you all want to do it because weaving in all those ends is, not fun. But I think it's the best way. I'm sorry to say. Skip 2, double crochet 3 together. If you have some that are lighter weight, you can try combining them together. So if you have let's say you have 2 that are 3 weight and the rest are 4, you can try holding the 3 weight together. And, as soon as I say no, don't do something like that, somebody will do it and it'll turn out amazing. So, I think we have rules in art to kind of help you learn technique and help you succeed. And then creativity is like knowing how to break the rules. This is really pretty the way these colors are developing. Everyone who reminds me of, huh? Puts me in the mind of a Jughead from the Archie's hat. Oh, you're talking about are you talking about the hat? Are you the one that said it? Oh, there was, I reminds me of a cartoon something on TikTok. Somebody said it reminds me of a cartoon from when I was little, but I can't think of what. The Artistic Soul. I still haven't started mine. I'm so intimidated. Come on now. Come on now. Yes, I'm using my own pattern, the 6-Day Star Blanket. You don't have to be intimidated. I have videos. I have a very thorough pattern with a photo tutorial in the pattern now. And I'm not doing that every time, you guys. And I have a video, step-by-step video. I have Facebook communities where you can go and ask questions and get help for free. I have a paid membership community where you can come to a meeting. You can ask me your question right to my face. You're going to start it tomorrow with a video and written pattern. Just do one round and put it down and walk away. Come back the next day, do the next round, and so on. Just go slow. It's okay. 6 days is not meant to be a challenge. All right, let me go some more. Yes, I think you're right. It's a very weird little hat. Thank you. It does look really good. I mean, the shading, the gradient of the yarn is gorgeous. It's giving fall vibes. No! Don't say that! I'm resisting fall. I like summer. Can y'all hear that wind blowing? It's windy here. It's still warm though. Don't you dare say fall. I don't want the heat to leave. I don't want summer to be over. Thank you. I bought this ring in 2021. I was doing the thing where you choose a word for the year, the beginning of the year, like instead of a New Year's resolution, you set an intention by like choosing a word that guides you through that year. So I had, 2020, I mean, everybody knows what happened in 2020, right? And that year I had 6 rounds of surgery for my lipedema. And I had in 2019, I had a choreography festival. I run a choreography festival. It's called Small Plates Choreography Festival. That's part of my other life. And in 2019, I had this really great year, and of course, we had to shut down for the pandemic. And then, so 2021, I was in this program, and they were like, choose a word for the year. And so I chose the word play, because I thought, I just want to remember to have fun this year. It's been a really hard year. I want to remember to have fun and enjoy myself. And also, like I've been on pause for the last year while I had all this surgery. And so what do you do when you when you are done with pause, you hit play, right? So I had this little ring made, and it's not that expensive. I had it made on Etsy, and it says play on it. And so that was my word for that year. And then I thought I really like that word, and so I've been wearing this ring ever since. And would you know, this ring plays games with me. It um plays hide and seek. It gets lost. I don't know where I leave it, and then I'll find it in the weirdest places where I know I did not put it. So that's, be careful what you write on rings. And then this year I had this ring. I bought this one off of Etsy, and it had the option to have something engraved in the middle in it, on the inside. And so I just, like, I thought, people talk a lot about purpose, like purpose, purpose, purpose. What is your purpose? And I think sometimes we think our purpose is like a job, or our life, our life task, or our life purpose is like a job. And I decided that my purpose is to create joy. I love the word. I love the idea of creating and creativity and creating things. And also, I was, a dancer and a dance professional, and very invested in creating dance for a lot of my life. And to me, dance is the embodiment of joy. So I thought, what do I really like? What is it I really want to do in my life? I want to create joy. I want to help other people create joy and add more color, and so in their lives. Do you have someone close to you the past? I went to a medium, and she told me my cousin moves my key. I think it would be my dogs. I think it would be my dogs. When my dog Luke passed away, I would find things missing and in different places and stuff like that. Yeah. And then I had another dog named Mudkip, who I was really um he was really my buddy, and he left me that year, 2020. 2020, was it 2020? Yeah. Your cousin moves your key. That's funny. It's like that remember that movie, what the heck was it, with Bruce Willis and Haley Joel Osment? Why can I remember the actors' names, but I can't remember the name of the movie, where I talk to dead, I see dead people. Somebody tell me the name of that. That's happened to me too. I get things lost in my own house. Yep. Um it's like in that movie when she had the bee pin, and her mother kept moving it. Signs. Yeah. Was that Signs? No, Sixth Sense. Same movie director, but Signs. Well, yeah, The Sixth Sense. Oh, that was a good movie. They should have given Haley Joel Osment the Academy Award for that. He was just a little kid. He cried like every time he was nominated and didn't win. Such a good little actor. Look how pretty this is. Okay, and then you skip the last two and you join with a slip stitch into the top of the double crochet two together. Well, it's the first time we've had anything that looks like a mid-row color change. So you kind of don't want that to happen in the very center because it in these first, setup rounds, because it's just like a bullseye. Your eye goes right there. But I think right here will be okay at this point. Once you get out so far, it doesn't really matter where the color changes are so much. Your eye doesn't really get drawn right to them. So I think this will be fine. Okay, so that's round 2. That's in the 6-day. All 6-day blankets go 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And those are the repeat rounds. 6 repeat rounds, and they're numbered 2 through 7. And that's just how the first one was written. So that's how I did all of them. There's no hidden reason other than I just wanted to make it easy for myself. And I thought, okay, every time somebody says row 2 or round 2, I'm going to know they're talking about the first cluster row or round. Every time they say row 3, I'll know it's a second one. When they say row 4, it's going to be single crochet. Row 7, single crochet. Row 5 and 6, the 2 double crochet rounds. So that's just always going to be like that for every 6-day pattern. Okay, here we go. You slip stitch into that space, and that's just so you can move over, and then we're going to start our first cluster in that space. Okay, chain 2 and double crochet 2 together, cluster. So every space is going to get 3 double crochet. All the peaks are going to get 3 3 3. Before and after the double crochet 3 together, you're going to have a double crochet 3 together. Okay, so I'm going to go 3 double crochet, 3 double crochet, 3 3 3, 3 double crochet, 3 double crochet, 3 together, 3 together, 3 double crochet. Okay, all the way around. That's how it's going to go. See who was saying artistic soul? That's not that intimidating, is it? That's easy to understand. Ooh, I like the way this drapes. This is so pretty. Oh my gosh. So before and after the double crochet 3 together, you have double crochet 3 together. hungry. I had toast with cream cheese and everything bagel seasoning on it for dinner. And that was like 4 or 5 hours ago. It's almost 9 o'clock. So if you want to complete in 6 days, I think this is going to be a baby blanket. So I think, uh, well, irregardless, whatever size blanket you're making, the first day, if you can do the setup rounds and some, if not all, of the first repeat, you will have a good start on making it in 6 days. Okay. And then after that, I would do at least a repeat a day for a baby blanket. You should be good. However, a couple things are going to happen. Number one, you're going to get faster because you're going to get really used to this pattern because it's really repetitive. And once you understand it, it's like it just flies, you know. It's like it's really mindless, repetitive, it's super fun. And you know, it's gonna get easier and it's gonna start going faster. It's also gonna get bigger and it's gonna start taking longer to go all the way around. So doing one full repeat today is going to, you know, it's going to be slower and also faster than doing one full repeat towards the end when your blanket's really big. So I would say right now it feels like it's growing really fast. On that first day, try to do the setup rounds and the first repeat on the first day. Yeah, it's the 6-day star blanket. Okay, 3 3 3 in each peak. 3 double crochet in each space. Double crochet 3 together in the space before and after the one in the row below. So you'll have those 3 together, okay? 3 3 3 and then 3 double crochet in each of the other spaces. So easy. Bye, Pat. Woohoo! Thank you for the hearts. Oh, is Dee leaving too? Oh no, I lost my little thingy. Whoops. I love peachy tones. Senna Sandcastle, it's called. Bye, Dee. Thank you so much. She's on the second repeat after the setup round. See, that is a good place to be at the end of day one. Okay, and then we're going to slip stitch into the top of that. Chain one, single crochet in the same stitch. Let's mark that. Let's mark this last double crochet 3 together over here so we don't go past it. Okay, and then it's single crochet in each stitch around. You'll have to look at the pattern for the counts. Oh no, I'll talk about the counts. So it will say 20 single crochet between each peak, 3 single crochet in each chain 3 space. Okay, so this time, and then it has this big long string of numbers in parentheses. And so what you are going to do is when you do this first repeat, you're going to cross off the 20. And then the next time you come around to round 4, you're going to have 32 single crochet. Bye, Kathy. Thanks for hanging out. Okay, and then you're going to cross that one off. Get your little markup tool or whatever on your Kindle or your iPad or whatever you're doing it on, or print the pattern out. Old-fashioned style, print it out and mark it off with pen or pencil or whatever, marker, eyeliner, pencil, whatever you got. Mark it off. And then the next time around, the third one, you're going to have 44. And so on. Okay, that's what all those numbers are for. They're giving you the stitch counts on the subsequent rounds. Subsequent repeat. So the next round 4 is going to have that many more each time. This is Juniper Moon Farm Cumulus Degrade. Here's what it looks like. The name of the color is Senna Sandcastle. Senna Sandcastle. Thank you. It really is. Knitting Fever sent it to me. I asked them, like, what do you have a recommendation for me? What do you want me to do this star blanket out of? And they said, do it out of this. Here you go. They sent me the yarn, so here I am. I like it. I wouldn't keep going if I didn't like it. I'd say no and send it back. But this is a really nice blanket so far. It's really soft and drapey. It's a beautiful baby blanket, I think. I think it's going to be about baby blanket size, but we'll see. It's already pretty decent size. I have 6 of them. I think it's going to require 6 for a decent sized blanket. We'll see how big it is. I have 6. I think 6 is going to be good. I don't know how big you want to make your blanket. I'm thinking this isn't going to make a very super large blanket, but I could be wrong. It's worsted weight. It looks like a lot right now, but as your blanket gets bigger, it eats up more yarn. It eats up more and more and more yarn. I mean, I wanted to keep it in because they cost like $25 each. So I wanted to keep it within a range that I thought people could afford, you know, people would want to pay. Single crochet round. Single crochet in every stitch. 3 single crochet in the chain 3 space, and this is round 4. Regular round 4 after the setup rounds. Crocheting in the park, and I wish I could share the sunset. Oh, wow. It's super pink and orange tonight. Oh, that sounds so nice. What part of the world are you in? Okay, so this is my last single crochet. Don't go forward into that. That's a slip stitch. Don't work into that. That's a chain. Go slip into the single crochet. Set up a little still life shot. Still shot for the end of the video. A star is born. How cute is that? Didn't end up needing that guy. It is beautiful. Look at that. That was a really good choice. Thank you, Anthony. It was Anthony's idea. Thank you. They're great, aren't they? We still haven't seen all the colors. Still going to go through more of like a peachy yellow, and then a yellow, and then a pinky white. Yeah, that should be great. I'm excited. And I think I will, once I do the white, go back. I'll go backwards through that one and go white, from the white back down to the rust. I'm pretty sure they all start and end with the same color, but I'll check them first before I make that decision. Otherwise, it's going to go from white and then right back to, I don't know. I'll think about it. I'll have to think about it. I feel like it would look cool if the colors reversed. Yeah, thanks, Anthony. We're loving this yarn. All right, my friends. I think I'm going to take off. I haven't really eaten and I'm hungry. And my computer is saying it's running out of space, so I'm probably going to have to do something about that. Have a great night, everyone. Thank you so much. Mwah. Bye. I'll see you Thursday. No live tomorrow night. I'll be live again on Thursday. I'll see you then. Bye, everyone.